Chapter 78 Blood echoes of Frisia. In a secret palace buried beneath the ocean floor, red mist floated in a meditation chamber, connected to old scion tech re-engineered from recovered battle pods. His crimson eyes snapped open. "So, the underworld breathes again," he whispered. The dim glow of the chamber cast long shadows on his pale face. Around him, dormant scion machinery hummed softly, pulsing with stored energy harvested from forgotten battlefields. This place was a vault of lost power, technology scavenged and twisted by a mind obsessed with resurrection and domination. Redmist's fingers twitched as he released a surge of ki, dark and roiling like a storm trapped beneath calm seas. He closed his eyes, reaching out across the cosmos, feeling the faintest flickers of life and energy. His senses sharpened. 3 distinct signatures stirred far above the ocean's surface, the 3 who had escaped the underworld's grasp. They were stronger now, far beyond their earlier limits. Daiko. Power level, 108,800, suppressed. Karo. Power level, 99,500, suppressed. Zarek. Power level, 95,200, suppressed. Red Mist smirked. They have grown, as I expected. But their strength is still chained, forced to remain below their true potential unless battle calls. He tapped into the deep neural interface. Streams of data flickered in front of his eyes, training logs, battle simulations, power trajectories. This knowledge was vital. These warriors had fought and trained tirelessly, yet they lacked guidance. That was his advantage. From the quiet depths of Earth, Red Mist's plan unfurled. They will awaken, and when they do, I will be waiting. The blood of Frisia runs through their world like wildfire, soon it will consume everything. Meanwhile, on the surface, Daiko stood at the edge of a cliff, gazing at the horizon, the wind tugging at his dark hair. His tail was hidden beneath his cloak, but the familiar weight was a constant reminder of his heritage. Beside him, Karo adjusted his stance, his eyes scanning the trees. Zarek cracked his knuckles, ready for anything. Though their true power simmered beneath the surface, all 3 knew better than to reveal it unnecessarily. The suppression of their ki was a careful discipline, a means to conserve energy and remain inconspicuous among Earth's inhabitants. "We've got enemies stirring," Daiko said, voice low but steady. The underworld wasn't the only place plotting. Karo nodded. "That Red Mist character, he's tied to the old Frisia forces." Zarek's expression hardened. "And he's using old scion tech. That can't be good." Daiko clenched his fists. "We leave the shadows, but the fight, that's only just beginning." Training and strategy. That night, the trio gathered in their secluded training ground. An ancient, rocky plateau shielded by ki barriers. Their suppressed power levels hid beneath calm exteriors, but the moment they trained, those limits shattered. Daiko's aura flared, crackling with raw energy as he pushed beyond his baseline. Karo's eyes blazed violet as his Cerealian heritage merged with his scion power, crafting a unique blend of ki that danced like starlight. Zarek's form shifted, the faint Magian spiral patterns glowing softly on his skin as his ki roared with relentless force. They sparred, exchanged techniques, and honed control, not just to grow stronger, but to prepare for the inevitable clash with forces like Red Mist. A silent thread deep beneath the ocean, Red Mist's gaze pierced the surface, watching, waiting. The echoes of their power resonated like distant thunder, a storm gathering on the horizon. Soon, the blood ties of Scions, Magians, and Cerealians would ignite in a battle that could reshape worlds. And when that day came, no one would be able to hide from the fire. Chapter 79 Siege of the Crimson Depths. The ocean's surface was unervingly still, the horizon stretching into a blood-red sunset. Beneath the waves, a colossal fortress carved from volcanic rock and ancient machinery stirred with life. This was the Crimson Depths. A stronghold of forgotten terror and the epicenter of Red Mist's rising power. Inside, the air was thick with heat and the hum of activated war engines. The re-engineered scion pods lined the chambers, their dormant occupants awakening slowly, bathed in eerie crimson light. Red Mist stood at the heart of the fortress, eyes glowing like embers. His fingers traced the holographic map of the mortal realm above, the locations of his enemies blinking in stark red. "They have escaped the underworld, but they cannot hide forever," Red Mist muttered, his voice echoing through the chamber. It's time to bring the war to their doorstep. Above ground, Daiko, Karo, and Zarek tightened their formation as the sun dipped below the horizon. The air buzzed faintly with tension, their senses alert to every shift. Daiko's power level hovered at a steady 108,800, suppressed, but his ki pulsed like a caged storm beneath his skin. Karo matched him closely at 99,500, his hybrid Scion-Cerealian energy crackling softly. Zarek, the half-Scion, half-Magian, radiated 95,200 power, his aura swirling darkly. Their training had sharpened their control over their ki suppression, but it had also forged a bond unbreakable, a trio ready for the battles ahead. We've pushed our limits, but this war, it's only beginning, Daiko said, voice calm but resolute. Karo's violet eyes glinted with determination. Red Mist won't wait for us to grow complacent. Zarek cracked his knuckles. Let him come. We'll be ready. The first wave suddenly, the water around them erupted as robotic warships, sleek and sinister, broke the surface. Red Mist's forces had come. Missiles streaked toward them, energy beams cutting through the dusk. The trio sprang into action. Daiko's aura flared, the suppressed power bursting out as he launched a barrage of precise ki blasts, each strike dissolving enemy ships with pinpoint accuracy. Karo moved with uncanny speed, his mixed heritage giving him agility that left trails of violet energy. He neutralized enemy fighters with fluid strikes and defensive ki shields. Zarek's ki twisted darkly as he absorbed incoming energy, redirecting it back with crushing force. The battle was brutal but swift. Though outnumbered, the three warriors' skill and synergy turned the tide. Aftermath and resolve as the last of the assault retreated beneath the waves, Daiko looked to his companions. This is only the beginning. Red Mist has planned well, but so have we. Karo wiped sweat from his brow, breathing hard. We need to keep training. Strength alone won't be enough. Zarek nodded. And we'll need allies. The battles ahead will test everything we have. Beneath the waves back in the crimson depths, Red Mist's expression darkened. They fight fiercely, but their power is still raw. The underworld forged them, but the mortal realm will break them. He raised a hand, activating a hidden console. Prepare the next phase. The siege will escalate. We will crush them, and all who stand with them. The fortress pulsed ominously as new forces awakened deep in the abyss, monsters and warriors alike, ready to unleash chaos. The stage was set. The siege of the Crimson Depths had begun. Chapter 80, Echoes of War. The night hung heavy with tension as Daiko, Karo, and Zarek regrouped at a hidden mountain outpost. The distant rumble of the ocean warship engines still echoed faintly, a stark reminder that Red Mist's forces were relentless. Daiko's eyes scanned the horizon, his suppressed power level steady at 108,800 but simmering just beneath the surface, ready to explode when needed. Karo's aura shimmered faintly, power at 99,500, while Zarek's dark energy hovered near 95,200, each warrior quietly acknowledging the looming storm. Planning the counterstrike, we can't just wait for the next wave, Daiko said firmly, fingers tightening into fists. Red Mist's forces will only get stronger. We need to hit them before they regroup. Karo nodded, already analyzing the data on their portable system. Their fortress is deep beneath the ocean floor, protected by layers of defense and powerful energy barriers. A frontal assault would be suicide. Zarek grinned, a wicked glint in his eyes. Stealth and precision. I like it. We strike at the heart, dismantle their command, and turn their own forces against them. The infiltration begins under the cover of darkness. The trio boarded a submersible equipped with advanced stealth technology, gifts from a mysterious ally who understood the stakes. As they descended into the crushing depths of the ocean, Daiko felt the pressure tighten his chest, but his spirit remained unyielding. The glowing outline of the Crimson Depths fortress appeared on their HUD, massive and foreboding. Breaching the fortress, the energy barriers shimmered, but with coordinated ki blasts and precise timing, they created a narrow opening. Inside, the corridors were labyrinth and ancient Scion tech fused with alien machinery, pulsating with ominous red light. Every step forward was met with automated defenses and hidden traps, but their training and combined abilities let them navigate through, suppressing their power to avoid detection yet ready to unleash it in an instant. Clash with the Guardians. Suddenly, a squadron of Red Mist's elite guards appeared, augmented warriors with cybernetic enhancements and vicious key abilities. The battle erupted. Daiko's fists glowed as he unleashed rapid-fire punches enhanced by the new key surge skill, his power level spiking to 140,000 momentarily, tearing through the ranks with precision. Karo danced between enemies with graceful agility, his key shields absorbing attacks while he countered with concentrated energy blades. Zarek's dark energy flared, absorbing and redirecting attacks, forcing the cybernetic foes into retreat. Though outnumbered, the trio's teamwork and raw power overwhelmed the Guardians. Deeper into the abyss, breathing heavily, Daiko glanced at his companions. "We're close. The command center has to be just ahead." Karo's eyes narrowed. "The defenses will only get tougher. We must be ready for anything." Zarek cracked his neck, his Magian energy bubbling. "Bring it on." The battle for freedom. As they prepared to push forward, Red Mist's voice echoed through the fortress, a chilling promise. "You trespass in my domain, Science. Prepare to be annihilated." From the shadows, new adversaries emerged, monsters bred for destruction and warriors fueled by hatred. The true siege of the Crimson Depths was about to begin. Chapter 81, Shadows over Earth. The gentle hum of Earth's atmosphere was a stark contrast to the fierce battles they had just endured. Daiko, Karo, and Zarek stood atop a quiet hill overlooking a vast forest, their eyes scanning the horizon. The sun dipped low, painting the sky in hues of orange and purple. Despite the peaceful facade, tension coiled tightly beneath their calm exteriors. The weight of secrecy. The trio's power remained suppressed, a necessary precaution while on Earth. Their presence here was still a secret from the world below, a delicate balance between survival and secrecy. Daiko's eyes narrowed, watching distant clouds swirl with the subtle tremors of key disturbances. "We can't afford to expose ourselves yet," he said quietly. "Red Mist's reach might extend even here." Karo shifted uneasily, his gaze drawn to the peaceful village nestled at the hill's base. "They don't know we're here, but if we use too much power, everything changes," Zarek finished grimly. Training in the shadows. Days passed with rigorous training sessions hidden deep within the forest. Each movement, each key surge was measured carefully, pushing their limits without breaking the veil of suppression. Daiko refined his control over the key surge technique, a powerful, albeit taxing skill allowing a rapid boost of strength without permanent drain if used sparingly. Karo's agility and precision sharpened, his attacks becoming faster and more lethal even at suppressed levels. Zarek's mastery of dark ki expanded, learning to cloak his presence and manipulate shadows as weapons. A disturbance in the distance one evening, as twilight settled, an unnatural chill swept over the forest. The ground trembled lightly, and the trio's suppressed ki rippled with warning. Daiko's senses flared. "Something's coming." Karo's fists clenched. "We need to be ready." Zarek's eyes glowed faintly in the dimming light. The shadows grow restless. They sense our power. The arrival from the horizon emerged, a dark cloud of energy, moving swiftly toward their position. Figures cloaked in crimson armor, Red Mist's elite scouts, pierced the calm. "Prepare yourselves," Daiko commanded, power simmering beneath the surface. With a subtle motion, the trio released their suppression, their ki flaring to their true baseline power, Daiko at 108,800, Karo at 99,500, Zarek at 95,200. The air crackled, charged with the promise of battle. Clash under the setting sun. The scouts attacked with relentless ferocity, but Daiko, Karo, and Zarek moved as one. Deflecting blows, countering with precise ki blasts and swift martial strikes. Daiko's surge technique allowed him bursts of incredible speed, turning the tide in tight moments. Karo's agility weaved through enemy lines, picking off targets with deadly efficiency. Zarek's dark ki created tendrils that ensnared foes, draining their energy and leaving them vulnerable. Despite their strength, the scouts fought viciously. Well trained and fueled by the urgency to capture or eliminate the hidden threats. Aftermath and resolve. When the last scout fell, silence returned to the forest. Daiko lowered his aura, suppressing his power once more. "They're getting stronger. We can't stay hidden much longer." Caro wiped sweat from his brow, breathing heavily but smiling. We're ready for whatever comes next. Zarek's gaze remained intense. This world is our battleground now. We must protect it and ourselves. As the stars began to twinkle overhead, the trio stood united, shadows cast long over the earth below. Their journey was far from over. And the battle for Earth's future had only just begun. Chapter 82, The Gathering Storm. The moon hung low over the peaceful earth, its silver light casting soft shadows on the forest where Daiko, Caro, and Zarek had taken refuge. But the calm was a fragile illusion, one that the trio knew could shatter at any moment. The quiet before the storm. Daiko sat cross-legged atop a boulder, eyes closed, focusing on the flow of ki around him. Each breath drew in the ambient energy of Earth's atmosphere, slowly healing his body and sharpening his senses. Caro paced nearby, restless, his sharp eyes flicking to the horizon. We can't keep hiding forever, he muttered. Red Mist's scouts are probing deeper. It's only a matter of time before they find us. Zarek's voice was low but firm. We must grow stronger, faster. The enemy is gathering forces far beyond what we expected. And they won't stop until we're crushed. A mysterious warning. As the trio meditated and trained in the shadows, a sudden ripple of ki disturbed the forest's peace. The familiar glow of the system interface blinked into existence before Daiko. System notification, incoming transmission, high priority. Daiko activated the message, and an image flickered to life, a battle-worn figure shrouded in mystery. Young Scion, heed this warning, the figure spoke urgently. A new adversary approaches Earth, one whose power rivals even your own. Prepare, for the war will escalate soon. Before Daiko could respond, the image vanished. Strategic decisions. Daiko stood, his jaw clenched with resolve. We need allies. We can't face these threats alone. Caro nodded. I've sensed other powerful fighters nearby, not enemies, but potential allies. Zarek's eyes narrowed. Then we find them. We build our strength and our network. Earth may be unfamiliar, but it holds secrets that can turn the tide. Training intensifies over the next days. The trio pushed their limits, combining their unique abilities in coordinated drills. Daiko refined his ki surge control, balancing power with stamina to avoid injury. Caro honed his speed and precision, perfecting rapid-fire ki blasts and evasive maneuvers. Zarek deepened his mastery over dark ki, learning to merge it with traditional Scion combat techniques to devastating effect. Though their power levels remained suppressed for stealth, in secluded moments they allowed themselves to release the full force of their strength, pushing past previous limits. An ominous presence one evening, as a crimson storm brewed overhead, the ground trembled beneath them. Daiko's senses flared. A familiar, yet more dangerous presence approaching Earth's surface. We're not alone, he said quietly, eyes scanning the dark horizon. Caro's hands tightened into fists. It's starting. The real battle begins now. Zarek's voice echoed with quiet menace. Let them come. We will be ready. The storm raged, reflecting the gathering fury and the coming clash that would decide the fate of Earth.